What up, world? What up, world? I am Mr. Black Mold Style, Rochester, New York. So it's day 6 on the emotional fasting, and I'm steadfast on this. So I have one question to ask you. What is the positive about you today? Do you have one? If you don't have one, then you're the problem. You understand? Now, last night, I told y'all about all the born Karens out here using their middle name because of y'all calling people Karens. I talked about behaviors on how someone can embarrass themselves and not even care, not even be privy to it. But let me talk about something different on night 6. I want to talk to my people. You know? All right. So tell me if I'm wrong. How many men has gotten into a situation with a woman and said, I'm leaving? Packed up bags or a bag and say, I'm leaving. I've done it. You know? Now think about this. How should a woman feel when we pack our bags and say we leaving? Can a woman feel like this is the man I'm going to spend the rest of my life with because he packed up his bags and he said he's leaving? Huh? You know? And like I said, I've done it. Now, on the flip side, women, are you arguing with this man, making him feel uneasy? What is your dynamic looking like? You know? You know, people, we have to understand one important thing. We all have traumas. I have traumas. You have traumas. We all have traumas. So when you get two people with two different traumas, two ways of living separate, two ways of growing up, two different perspectives on gathering data, information, it's hard to come together to make one thing happen. So if you don't discuss your traumas, you'll just be forced to live with them. So I say, discuss your traumas. Women, you have to be able to supply the demand. If you don't supply the demand, he gonna be with hoes. He gonna be building new relationships. He gonna be out there trying to get a fulfillment of what's missing at home. And men, if you don't supply the communication, then she's gonna feel empty and lonely and bitter and emotional. And that's gonna cause you to run the streets because she's feeling bitter and emotional. These are two different traumas on the disconnect. Two different traumas on a disconnect. You have to stay connected. You have to communicate about your traumas. It would allow you to get a better understanding of the person that you're with. So this week, I said, make your circle smaller. Now, when I said that, some may have taken that the wrong way. In a relationship, a person can't see you as wanting you to win because as a collective, you both should win. Put that into a perspective. So on day 6 of the emotional challenge, I am telling people to consider their relationships. If you're a married woman or man, don't treat your significant other like a boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, you should communicate with each other. Hopefully, this week you've communicated with each other. You know? So tonight I just wanted to get on, just talk my talk, walk my walk, show y'all I'm still moving and shaking on day 6 of the emotional fast. I've been dropping videos every day all week long, dropping tools and jewels, you know. But this is for the like-minded individuals. It's for the like-minded individuals. You know, but we need people to start building on their relationships out here, man. You know, we need to start building on those. Make your circle tight and right. Tight and right. You know, pay attention to our traumas. Because, ladies, I gotta let you know, men feel unsafe too. Every woman I've ever met in my life wants to feel safe. Men want to feel safe too. You understand? And ladies and gentlemen, public service announcement. Make sure you're attracted to your mate. Sometimes people let life circumstances allow them to lose attraction to their mate. If you're not attracted to your mate, you're going to find something attractive. Be attracted to your mate. You know, if y'all not loving on each other, all the married men, when was the last time you just walked in the kitchen and squeezed your wife's booty? All of the women, when was the last time you just cut your man's nails or his, you know what I'm saying, make bust the bumps in his face to make sure? Like, when was the last time you've done that? And if you never done that, either one of you are nourishing to your relationship. Neither one of you are nourishing to your relationship. So I give her next week's challenge. Every day, every husband, hug your wife and squeeze her booty. You know what I'm saying? Every woman, make sure your man is manicured and making sure he looking good to your liking. Because little things like that shows that you're attracted to each other. You know? When you lose attraction, you lose action, baby. When you lose attraction, you lose action. So make sure y'all love on each other. This is day 6. If a strong man has a strong woman and the strong woman has a strong man, it's going to give them a happy situation. It's going to be exciting. So tonight on day 6, we getting through this week challenge. Boiled down to it. Say positive things to each other. Try to reach each other, because it's about the peace on the streets, but everything applies. Everything applies, you know? So, love on each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no axe around here with that. Ain't no axe around here with that. Love on each other, man. And you know what I'm saying? We need unity in the community. We need peace on the streets. We need it all, man. We need it all. We need it all. You know what I mean? You see where this day and this time going. You see where we at. You see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Unless you sleepwalking. One thing about that circle, making sure everybody in your world that rotate in your world is good. Once you get beyond that, that's something you can't control. You can control your world, your circle, your world. You can control that. Can't control nothing beyond that. And for all the dysfunctional relationships, if you have children, you are the beginnings of their trauma. You are the beginning of their trauma. So many people could have so many stories on how they were raised into their traumas. And a lot of it is because of the parents. And then they become parents. And they act the same exact way. So, in saying that, I am saying this. Black and Blue style, one life, one love, E.N.T. Peace to the streets.